if I would start copywriting in 2026, I would do this. I will show you the exact system you need to have. I will show you literally everything about copywriting and everything you need to have. How to outreach, how to practice copy, what you actually do during the day, during the 24 hours in details, in each hour, what you should be doing, and the 240-hour rule that I'm teaching my copywriters, the full day schedule, the 30-day checklist. All you need to do is to log in, grab a coffee, your notebook ready, and I'm gonna turn you from just a guy on Instagram who's having 100 follower, soccer outreach, knows nothing about business owners and digital marketing, all the way down to getting 6K a month at least, as a copywriter, and your first client landed perfectly, and you actually know business, and you know copywriting, and you know digital marketing. So all you need to do is to log in this video, because it's gonna be really helpful. This course is gonna be one of the best courses you're gonna ever have. So just log in, grab your coffee, grab your notebook, and let's get to it, bro. So we're talking when to wake up, what to actually do with your first 4 hours. I'm gonna talk in details and in specific how to do outreach that get replies, not these fag outreach and generic prompts that you are sending to ChatGPT and sending you some outreach messages that supposed to be working while it's not. I'm gonna show you the only real method that really stands out. I'm not just gonna show you the method, I'm gonna show you how to do it. So it's gonna be a pretty good video. How to practice copy the right way, and the only outreach method that still cuts through all the noise in 2026. We will get into all of it. You woke up today, opened the Instagram, copy pasted the same DM you have sent 47 times this week. Hey, I love your content, I'm a copywriter, and I would love to help you grow. All that bullshit, bro. Then, nothing, again and again. Maybe you get a scene. Maybe not even that, just silence. The kind of silence that makes you question why you even exist on this green earth. So yeah, I know that silence. That silence has a smell. It smells like a cold email in 2026. So you have been doing outreach for what, bro? Weeks, months. Some people I know, they are doing outreach for years. You have followed every guru checklist. Wake up, send 20 DMs, personalize the first line, compliment sandwich, compliment the last post, hitting their story with some compliment message, pivot to your offer, drop a CTA, rinse, repeat, die inside a little bit more each day. That's your life span right now. And the worst part, you actually tired. You bought the course, you did the templates, you rewrote your portfolio 3 times. You told your family it's going, and you're a copywriter, and you have to sit there for like 2 hours just explaining what copywriting actually means. And as long as you are not making money, you can't really explain to them what is copywriting and if it's actually worthy or not. So it's going my father or mother, when it's absolutely not going. You know the difference between features and benefits. You know what a VSL is. You know what IDA formula means and BAS formula. You can name drop Gary Hilbert at a dinner party and sound impressive, but your bank account hasn't read a single Gary Hilbert letter. And somewhere in the back of your head there is this tiny voice that says, maybe I'm not just cut out for this. Maybe all of those copywriting gurus are some kind of people that I can't compete with them. Maybe they have something that I don't have. Maybe they are doing something that I'm not doing. Maybe. Like, you don't really know why it still sucks. Why you are not getting the clients. Why you are not making the money. But I'm gonna show you everything in this video, bro. And I need you to hear me when I say that voice is a liar. But your strategy deserves to be arrested. Here's what nobody in this space wants to say out loud, because half of them are still selling you courses on it, and some schools community. Cold email is there in 2026, not dying, not less effective, dead, buried. Like, you can't even do it anymore. There is a little bit of headstone that says 2018 to 2023 sent 10 million emails, got 4 replies. That's the reality, man. Why? Because ChatGPT happened because every single broke copywriter on the internet is now using the exact same AI generated personalized opener, and every business owner can smell it from a mile away. Bro, here's the thing. People think they're smart. He thinks that he's getting that personalized script or prompt that he sent to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT makes him a perfect personalized message. The business owner will say, wow, yeah, I really need that. Yeah, it's really personalized. Yeah, I really want to work with that guy. Absolutely fucking not. Who gives a fuck, bro? He just look at you as spam. You are as spam in his DMs, and he never really cared about you. He just opens the DM. He is not even reading what you have sent to him because you are not grabbing enough attention. If you are really willing to grab enough attention, if you can't grab his attention like this, like this, showing authority, showing the trust that you are a real human, you are not some AI automation or something, because AI can do that. And if you are doing the same things that AI is doing, you are absolutely losing in this game, bro. So every business owner can smell it from a mile away. Your cold email hits their inbox and their brain auto translate it to another robot pretending to be a human. Delete that shit. You know? So the outreach game in 2026 has exactly one thing still alive and working. And I will tell you what it is in this exact video. Just log in to the end of this video. But first, you need to understand why everything else stopped working, because if you don't understand the why, you will just hope to the next template and wonder why that doesn't work either. Okay, my friend. If you don't know me, my name is Yusuf Hassan, and I'm not going to spend 5 minutes telling you how many clients I have or showing you some screenshots about my students and how much money they made or all that shit or some Stripe dashboard screenshot. You are seeing a lot of those messages, and maybe it could be fake. Who gives a fuck? I'm gonna show you the knowledge. That's it. I'm not gonna flex anything because honestly, you have seen enough of those, and they have never helped you land a single client. What I will tell you is this. I have been where you are, have figured out what actually works in 2026. Specifically, and today, 2026 specifically, and today I'm going to give you the exact daily routine I would run if I woke up tomorrow, zero clients, and had to start over from scratch. Like exactly everything you need to do, you know? So we're talking when to wake up or what to actually do with your first hour. I think we have already said that. So before we jump in, quick thing, if you want to go faster than a YouTube video can take you, I run a daily coaching program, not weekly, not drop your questions in the group and I will get back to you in 3 business days. Not that shit. I'm having a one-on-one mentorship, which is less than $100 and it's daily coaching sessions. But anyway, you don't need to pay that. I'm giving you a real knowledge in this video that maybe it could work for you. Okay, so let's start with the 6 a.m. 6 a.m. is perfect if you wanna wake up at that time. It's perfect, and if you're a Muslim, you can wake up, pray your salah and pray the fajr, and you can get to start immediately. Day one, you have no clients, you have a laptop, maybe a Canva portfolio, and a dangerous amount of free time. And by the way, portfolios are bullshit. Don't use that shit because no one cares. I only care if you made me free stuff that's gonna work for me. Like if you made me like a free email is much better than 1,000 portfolio. That is the game. So, and a dangerous amount of free time, here's exactly what I would do. And it starts at 6 a.m. I know you heard the wake up early thing 1,000 times. Most people say it like some motivational poster quote, like it's a David Goggins, and all that shit. No, I'm saying it for a different reason. When you wake up at 6 a.m. and you have no job, no alarm forcing you, no boss waiting, that one act tells your brain, I'm serious. Not I want this seriously. There is a difference, and your brain notices. So you have to act like you are the man before even being that man, before even being that guy. You have to act like it. Like, I think Conor McGregor has said the exact same line. He was flexing the Rolex, fake Rolex and all that shit he was doing. He was going to the press conferences and he was, start flexing and all that. He faked it till he made it, till he's a billionaire right now. Anyway, we're not talking about Connor. So 6 a.m., no phone, no Instagram. Not yet. You don't get to look at Instagram before you have done something worth posting. First 15 minutes, you make coffee, you sit down, you write one sentence in a notebook. One sentence, whatever is in your head. This isn't journaling. This isn't therapy. This isn't just getting your brain out of sleep mode and into work mode. No, it's one sentence. Just you have to work immediately. Like you woke up, like there is a bed, get into work. And maybe don't even have your breakfast at that time. Like just work, 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 work until you are starving. Just go have your meal and start drinking your coffee, your water, and everything is gonna click for you. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. is copy practice, 1 hour every single morning. And I don't care if you feel inspired, by the way. At least you should have 2 3 formulas, buddy, that you are going with. Maybe either formula, bad formula, or bad formula. You know, at least you should be working on each formula every single day for at least 2 3 5 weeks, because if you are not doing that, you are falling behind, my friend, because you have to master the formulas first. I don't need formula because I've been doing copywriting for long enough. I have written enough copies that my mind automatically doing the formula for me. But as long as you're a beginner, you have to do it. You have to pick a formula. You have to be really good at it. So I don't care if you don't want to write. You open a swipe file. Gary Hilbert, Dan Kennedy, David Ogilvy, John Carleton. You can search those people. By the way, they are legends in the copywriting space. Pick one letter and you, not copywriting but marketing space, and you rewrite it by hand, not copy paste, not all those canvas and laptop shit and this new technology. No, grab your notebook, start writing it, and start highlighting some stuff that you have learned. And in this exact video, start noting some stuff because you can get back to it and you will remember that you have wrote that before. You will remember the video. You will remember exactly what I have said, not just forgetting me and forgetting the video and just go to another YouTube video for Tyson 4D, Kay Shirini, all the copywriting gurus, you know. Type out word by word like you wrote it. Your fingers need to feel what good copy feels like before your brain understand why it works. After that hour, 7 a.m., now you eat, now you move, 20 minutes of walking, going to the gym, whatever. By the way, I think my camera should be a little bit closer. Okay, anyway, I'm not your personal trainer here, bro. But you need to move because what's coming next is 4 solid hours of outreach, Loom videos. And if you are stiff and tired, you will write lazy messages. Your body is connected to your output. Move it, do some shadow boxing or whatever you are happy with. So the morning outreach block from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can use my routine, you can use my method, or you can just ignore everything, but you'll never land clients, buddy. If you wanna land clients, use that routine and it's gonna get you clients instantly. Like literally instantly. Like you can get a client tomorrow. Maybe it's your lucky day. Bro, it's all about being the right man at the right time. No, not the right man, but the right service, at the right time. Because sometimes people don't need a cup. Bro, I've landed a client before, and the only thing that I have told him, do you need a copywriter? I didn't make an opener, I didn't make anything, but he needed a copywriter at that time. And I swear, he hired me. He hired me just to that. Like, let's open a call done, money paid. It was that easy. So sometimes you get lucky. 8 a.m. But you will never get lucky if you are not trying every single day. You will never get lucky if you are not trying everything. By the way, this message that I have told you I have sent, bro, I've been going all over Instagram, grabbing all of the coaches' accounts and start outreaching to them. And I've been outreaching daily, like daily outreach, 100 outreaches a day. Some people are making 100 outreaches a month, a week. I make it a day. So after a long amount of time, I've landed that client. And by the way, the only reason I told him, "Do you need a copywriter?" Because I thought, hey, he's a bad lead. He will never be a client. He was some Tanzanian guy. I know that you may be laughing right now, but Tanzania, like he's some African, maybe Francis Ngannou cousin. He's that guy. So I never thought he would be a client and he would be interested in copywriting, but he told me yes, and we started talking, and this guy has paid me. So 8 a.m. is where the work actually starts. This is your first outreach block, 4 hours, no distraction, phone on do not disturb, or I hope you get off that phone, like put it on a faraway place, because if you have your phone beside you, will start doom scrolling, and you will never do the work you are supposed to be doing. So Instagram open only for outreach purposes. Now, before I tell you what to do in these 4 hours, I need to tell you what not to do, because most of you are doing outreach wrong, and it has nothing to do with your copywriting skills. It has to do with how you are approaching other humans, which are the business owners. You are not a robot. Stop writing like one. Stop opening with, "Hey, I came across your profile and I really love your content on this topic." It's a fact, bro. Even if you are personalizing that shit, no one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck. Even if you are saying, "Hey, Yusuf, I came across your copywriting business, something like that, and I really loved your last video." I don't care. I don't care. So maybe you're asking, what should I do? I will show you in this video. That sentence has been sent 40 million times this year alone. Every business owner reading that sentence knows exactly what's coming next. They have already written in the rejection in their head before they finish reading your opener. Here is the thing nobody tells you about outreach in 2026. The game is not about volume anymore, it's about signals, human signals. Can the person on the other end feel that a real human wrote this? And that is the whole thing. Even if you are writing that with AI, you have to make it that a human wrote this. What I'm teaching, bro, in my mentorship program, bro, I'm teaching them how to make it human with AI. It sounds crazy, but this is the only thing that you are gonna need to do, because if you are writing it by yourself, it's gonna take a long time. But you can make it with AI that doesn't look like human. Can they feel that you actually looked at their stuff, not skimmed it, actually looked? So in your 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. block, you are not sending 50 DMs, you are sending 10 to 15 really good ones. And I'm not talking about outreach in the DMs. No. But I mean like some opener, like just say, "Man, okay, this is the only time that you can actually make the compliment sandwich." Like get into his story, love some of his posts, make a comment, and after 2 days, 3 days, make a reply for his story. But don't make it like you can, like, don't make it a compliment sandwich. Maybe just a question about something he's doing, something like that. You have to look like a human, not some guy who's just making a compliment sandwich to outreach. Because after that, you're gonna send the long video if they have replied. And by really good, I mean this. Before you write a single word of outreach to someone, you spend 5 minutes on their page, you watch one of their videos, you read their bio, you look at what they are actually selling, and then you write something that proves you did that. Not "I love your content," something specific, something that could only have happened written for them. The difference between a message that gets replies and a message that gets ignored is almost always one thing: specificity. One of those messages sound like a human wrote it. The other one sounds like it was generated between a Notion template and a prayer. 10 to 15 messages in the morning block, each one is specific, each one real, each one starting a convo. Not pitching a service, you're not pitching it, you are starting a convo. A convo, which is a conversation. There is a reason the best salespeople in the world don't open with the pitch, and it's the same reason you shouldn't. So, and the follow up, this is where most copywriters abandon the whole thing. Like, bro, sometimes you are having you are just this close to get the client, this close, but you just didn't follow up with him. Just didn't follow up many times until he blocks you. Like a lot of people is telling me like how much he should follow up until you get blocked. Until that, like you don't know him, he doesn't know you. He's probably from another continent. He doesn't give a fuck about you. You don't give a fuck about him. It's just business. So just keep doing it. So send one message, you get no reply, and decide which outreach doesn't work. One message is not outreach, one message is a coin toss. You need to follow up 3 times minimum, not desperate follow ups. Not hey, just checking in. That sentence belongs in a time capsule. Never to be open. Like the follow up should be a video. Just bro. I don't know why people are not comfortable with making videos. Bro, making videos is the easiest thing that you could ever do. I know that maybe you are telling me because I don't have the lighting setup or I don't have some setup to shoot. Bro, it's gonna be Loom. The Loom video are just like some small circle. So it doesn't matter. Just show your face and your voice. That's it. Even if you are sitting on your bed, bro. But it gives respect and it gives trust. And it tells the business owners that you have done the research and you are serious and you are a real human, buddy. The math here is simple, and I want you to actually hear it. If you send 15 real messages a day, that's 450 messages a month. If 10% of those reply, that's 45 conversations. If 20% of those conversations convert, that's 9 clients in a month from 15 messages a day, 15 loom. And to being able to send 15 looms, I think you should send like 100 100 outreach openers, a day. I know maybe you're saying it's a lot, it's too much, bro. If you think it's too much, like wait, keep waiting, keep slacking, keep making some 10 outreaches, only 10 outreaches a day until some guy who's doing 100 beats you. It's a competition. It's about who's doing more with quality. That's it. The reason most copywriters never land a client is not the market, it is the math they are refusing to do. So the only outreach that still works, as I told you, it's Loom videos. Okay, I promise you the one outreach message that still actually cuts through in 2026. Here it is, Loom videos. But how to actually make a Loom, this is the thing. Not because Loom is some magic tool, because video is the only format left that is impossible to fake at scale. You cannot batch produce a genuine 90-second video of your face, your voice, your real reaction to someone's business. AI can write emails, AI can write DMs, AI cannot be you on camera talking specifically about someone else's landing page with your actual opinions. So here's what a Loom outreach looks like. You find the prospect, you open their website or their sales page or their Instagram. You hit record on Loom and you just talk like, hey, I'm Yusuf, say your name, say what you are doing, I'm a copywriter and I was on your page. Nah, not bro. Like, I'm sorry about that, it's not the best. To being able to grab attention with the Loom video is to talk only about them, not you. Like you shouldn't talk about you at all. Like just say your name, maybe say what you are doing in life. That's it. Because the only thing that will make me interested if you are talking about me, my business, my life. If you're talking about your life, I don't care. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me as a business owner. So talk about their business. Start breaking the whole funnel down, like the website, the Instagram account, the everything he's doing, and never say a negative word about his business. Just say that you are having something that may work better for him or may add some 10, 20, 30 booked calls. That's it. Just be genuine and be human. And then you screen share and you talk through it like a human being who actually knows what they are doing. That's it. That's the whole method. But the reason it works is everything the cold email doesn't have. It has your face. It has everything the cold email doesn't have, basically. It has your voice. It has you specifically. It has proof. of your skill built right into the outreach itself. They are not reading a pitch, they are watching an audition. And if you are good, you don't need to be convinced. They are already sold before the video ends, you know. Now I know what you are thinking right now. This that takes so much longer than sending a DM. Yeah, it does. That's why it works because everyone else is too lazy to do it. The moment you decide to do the things that everyone else is too lazy to do, you immediately have less competition than you think. Do 5 looms in your morning block, 5 real ones, which is what happens to your reply rate. You will be impressed about the replies, about the clients, and you finally get replies. So midday, eat, receipt, don't spoil, 12 p.m. stop, you have been working for 4 hours, eat something real, not a snack, while scrolling Twitter or Instagram, a real meal, away from the screens. 30 to 45 minutes is not waste time, this is how you make sure. This is how you make sure your afternoon block is actually productive instead of being a tired, resentful version of your morning. And during this break, I want to talk about some things that nobody in the copywriting space talks about because it doesn't make a good thumbnail, mindset. Not the fake believe in yourself kind, this David Goggins mindset and all that shit, the practical kind. So when you are starting out and nobody's replying to your outreach, your brain will start constructing stories. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this niche is too saturated. Maybe I should change that niche. Maybe I need another course. Maybe I don't have the right strategy. My strategy is not working, and you start blaming the strategy. You start blaming the outreach method. But the only thing you need to blame is yourself. You haven't done much of it. Like, I'm enough of hearing this copywriting bullshit about, yeah, I've sent this outreach messages with this outreach message and it didn't get me any replies. Okay, you have sent 50 of them. What the fuck? Like, until you haven't sent 1,000 outreach messages with that message and it didn't get you any results, now when you talk about it, now when you talk it's shit, So it's on you, brother. You have to take responsibility of your actions. So none of those stories are true. What's true is that you haven't done enough volume yet, or you haven't done the right kind of volume. That's it. That's the whole problem. It's not you. Nah, it's you. And it's a mass and strategy problem, and a mass and strategy problems have solutions. If you lack strategy, the copywriters who make it are not the most talented ones. I have seen genuinely mediocre writers, Indian dudes with fucked up English, They are writers that land client after client because they refuse to stop. They refuse to do it. And they refuse to stop doing it, And I have seen brilliant writers quit, after 2 weeks because they took the silence personally. Don't take the silence personally. They don't give a fuck, The silence is not about you. The silence is about a broken strategy that we are fixing today. Afternoon, 3 hours of copy practice. 1 p.m. back at the desk. This block 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. is your copy practice block. 3 hours. This is where your actual skill gets built. And I want to be very specific about what copy practice means because most people are doing it wrong. Copy practice is not reading about copywriting. It's not watching YouTube videos about copywriting. It's not consuming content online, And it's not going through a course model. Those things have their place, but none of them are copy practice. Copy practice is writing copy and then getting feedback on it fast. That's a whole loop. Write, get feedback, fix it. Write, get back, fix it. Write, get feedback, fix it. Write again. If that loop is slow, if you write something and wait a week for feedback, your progress is going to feel invisible. The feedback has to come fast for the skill to compound, Here is what 3 hours of copy practice looks like in this routine. First hour, you pick a real business, not a fake one, not a made up brand, a real Instagram account, a real coach, a real e-com store, and you rewrite their bios, their website, their Instagram captions, their product description, whatever they have that's weak in the copy. Think, oh, what the fuck. So second hour, you study one piece of copy that you consider a masterpiece, like Hilbert's Boron Letters or Joseph Sugarman, one of Ogilvy's print ads. Bro, please search those names because you're gonna find a lot of cool stuff about them. A high converting VSL script, and you break it down, not just this is good, this is bad, why this is good, why this line hits, and why it didn't hit, What's happening in the first sentence? Why does this word choice work better than the obvious alternative? How does this paragraph create curiosity without giving the answer away? You are building a mental library that will show up in your writing whether you realize it or not. Third hour, you write something original. Your own email, your own ad, your own DM sequence for a prospect. Whatever you are working on, not reference material, just you and the blank page, and get some info from the real stuff. Like, don't write from your brain, but write from real funnels. This is the hour that terrifies most beginners, and it's exactly why it is the most important one. And then you post it, maybe in the community, to a mentor, to anyone who will give you honest feedback, anyone who's expert, anyone who has made money from writing these copies before. This is not this great, keep going. Nah, why is this good? Why is this bad? You should have detached that line. You should have written this better. The real feedback, the kind that stings a little. If nobody in your life is willing to tell you your copy is weak, you need better people around you. So here is the 240-hour rule. I want to stop here and give you a number that it changed how I think about this whole thing. 240 hours. That's what 8 hours a day of outreach and practice adds up in a month. 8 hours times 30 days equals 240 hours. Now ask yourself, how many hours have you actually put into this so far? And I'm not saying how many hours have you put in watching copywriting videos. I'm not saying that. I'm saying but real work, real outreach. Real focused, no distraction hours. Not hours where you had that laptop open but were also watching something. Real hours. And by the way, maybe I'm a little bit lagging and I'm not having the enough energy, to shoot that video because, bro, they have taken like a full liter of my blood. Like, it's really painful right now. But anyway, we have to lock in. We have to keep going. It's not that hard, but it's a little bit. You can't be focused that much. For most of you, if you are honest, the answer is somewhere between 20 and 50 hours. That's not a failure, that's just the math. So you are not stuck because copywriting doesn't work. You are stuck because you haven't hit the hours yet, and every day you run this routine, you are eating into that gap. The people who make it to their first client inside 30 days are almost always the ones who went stupid hard in those 30 days. Not smart work only, not optimizing their progress, just volume, just showing up, just doing the hours. You can optimize later. Right now, you need reps. So, evening outreach block from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. You take the afternoon off, after 4 p.m. actually off. No, not I will just check messages real quick off. No, eat dinner, please talk to a human being, your mother, your father, who is not a copywriter. Watch something that's not optional. If you are Muslim, read Quran. The people who burn out in week 3 are the ones who treated rest as laziness. Rest is infrastructure. 7 p.m. second outreach block, 4 more hours. Same rules as the morning block. Real specific human messages. But in the evening block, you are also doing one extra thing. You are doing your Loom video follow-ups, as I told you. Any prospect you sent a loom to in the last 3 to 5 days who hasn't replied, you follow up with him. Not with another loom with a short, low pressure message, something like, hey, sent you a quick video a few days ago. No pressure at all. You can leave it right now if you're not interested. And if you told me that you're not interested, I will not reach out to you again. But you will. We all do that. We all do that. If you ever want a second pair of eyes on your copy, I'm here. That's it. Not bitch, no urgency, not no countdown timer, just a human being being a human being. That's it. And by the way, I'm not having some big as like I'm not having a lot of assistants and you are on the mentorship with the assistant or with my team or anything that you are me with me person, like we are having the board, we are having everything, and I'm teaching you one on one, daily coaching sessions, like an hour a day. And there is a plan which is less than $100, which is, I think it's affordably for anyone. It's like $3 a day. So in the evening block, you are also spending the last hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., reviewing your day. Not in a journaling way, but in a data way. How many messages did I send today? How many were looms? How many replies did I get? What worked in the messages that got replies? What do the ignored messages have in common? You are your own analyst. Analyst. You need to look at your own numbers. This is where most people skip work. They do the outreach, they don't review the outreach, so they make the same mistakes on day 15 that they made on day 1. The review is what converts effort into learning. So yeah, man, I think this is enough for the today's video, and maybe I will make part 2 because everything is getting harder right now because, as I told you, this blood thing. But anyway, I will make a part 2 for this course. Don't worry about it. And if you really want anything, I'm replying to everyone on Instagram. Just DM me on Instagram, and I got you, brother. And I even wanna call free calls with the people who wants to learn something that I can't explain in the Instagram messages. It's totally fair. I'm doing it for free. So just DM me on Instagram, and I got you, brother. So see you in the next video.